Hello guys, and welcome to the Republic of New York After the End. Now this is the name of a total conversion mod for Crusader Kings 2, which is set in a post-apocalyptic North America. This mod is still work in progress, and the current version I'm using is the 0.6.1 version, and I'm using the Crusader Kings 2 2.4.5 version. I'm telling you this because this is not the newest Crusader Kings 2 version. It's not the Conclave version, it's the version before that. And I leave a link to the mods thread on the Paradox forums in the description of this video. Now I know you guys are eager to start things off very quickly, so before we, get into all of what this mod offers, we're gonna start with our own character and, let things roll from there. So first off, we are playing as Patrician Tom or Thomas of Wayne. Now, he is one of the patricians of the Republic of New York, as you can probably tell, and the leader of House Maine, and, the head of House Maine, and, the owner of the Vane Mansions. There we go. So, he's a very rich man. He has inherited his wealth, as you can see, 300 gold coins, or whatever the, currency is at this time period, and he has inherited his wealth from his father Patrick Wayne. And obviously, if you are familiar with Batman, you guys know who this guy is. He is the father of Bruce Wayne. Right now, Bruce has not been born, and that's one of the goals I have in this campaign. For this campaign, I want that Thomas or Tom and Martha have a kid that I'm gonna call Bruce Wayne, and I also obviously want to get very rich. And there's one option in the intrigue menu right here that says become a banker, and I feel like this is something I want to do. That's something I've never seen in another mod, so that's one of the few new features that are at least able or available to patricians, probably available to other rulers as well, but definitely for patricians. So I like that. It requires quite a lot of income, 10 monthly income, and a personal wealth of 750 gold. So yeah, we'll see if we're gonna be able to do this, but I think so. Anyways, so we are Thomas Wayne. As I said, we are Gothamite culture, which is the predominant culture in most of New York. I think so. So let's have a look at the culture real quick. So there you go. Yeah, most of New York, Long Island, and I guess Jersey. That's the Jersey area. Is all Gothamite. The rest is obviously Yankees in here, but as I said, I want to go over the different cultures later on. Let's start things off quickly. Now, Anabaptist is the religion of House Wayne, or of Thomas. I think Martha is Anabaptist as well. Now, the Anabaptists are a branch of Christianity originating from 16th century Europe, and the forebears of American groups such as the Amish, Hutterites, and Mennonites, I think, which banded together to survive the post-cataclysm world. Anabaptists believe Christians should remain separate from the rest of the world, refuse to hold office, and refrain from violence, even in war or self-defense. Tenets which make life after the apocalypse difficult and often quite short. And this is actually the exact reason, this religion is the reason why I want to play as a patrician, because patrician is one of the few, I guess, positions in Crusader Kings 2 where you can actually afford to play as a peaceful ruler without, or with still having the ability to expand. So that's the reason I want to play as patrician, and I kind of want to have a laid-back, relaxed series where I can just, do my thing, don't have to worry about conquest too much, and can enjoy this mod, because there's a lot of cool things I want to have a look at. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to obviously we want to have a son, as I said. We want to have Bruce Wayne born to us. That's awesome. So we're going to have to do this, and I think as focus, it's very clear that we want to have this business focus. So let's do that. Now, if we're going to have a look at the trade zones, right now there's no trade zones at all. No trade family, or no, I guess Republic has set up any trade nodes just yet, but they will soon enough. Unfortunately, we cannot build trade posts over here, because if a county is part of a trade route. You have to own that particular county in order to build a trade post there. So that's unfortunate. So we're gonna have to build the trade post somewhere else. And I think Long Island would be a good place, and also Brooklyn, because obviously Manhattan and the Palisades, which I don't even know which, is that even part of New York still? I don't even know. I'm not entirely sure. I know Manhattan and I know Brooklyn. Is that Queens? I really don't know. Is Queens over here? I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't exactly know all the boroughs. I know that there's the Bronx in the north somewhere. But yeah, I'm not too familiar with New York. Anyways, so we can't build a trade post here, so I think we're gonna build the first two in Brooklyn, the first one, and then we're gonna build the second one in Long Island. So I think we should have just enough money to build 2 trade posts. There we go, and that's almost all of our money gone. Unfortunately, I would say there's no Jews here, so we cannot take all that money. But you know, it's fine. We're gonna do fine just without them. Also, we should probably set up our council. We have Levi or Levy, whatever his name may be. Now, we're not going to fabricate any claims because, as I said, we want to try and be peaceful. So I think it's important that we improve relations with maybe the guy of Long Island. Oh, actually, no. What do I want to build next? I kind of want to have the Long Island Sound under my control. If we have 2 trade posts, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. You know, I think we want to still improve relations with the ruler of, well, actually, who's the ruler of Quinnipiac? That's the Duke. Okay, he owns all of this stuff, so we're just gonna improve relations with the Duke of Connecticut, who's ruling from Hartford. Obviously, then we're gonna put our Marshal Christopher to train troops in Manhattan, obviously, because that's the seat of our house. And we're gonna have our Steward Bennett. Wow, he's terrible. Two stewardship. Oh my God, that's so bad. Well, we're gonna put him in there for now anyways, because there's not really much I can do. And we don't have a court chaplain. I guess we're gonna have to invite some people, but I don't think it's that important right now. Perhaps we should do that? I don't know. Okay, those are the plots. Invite a holy man. Yeah, we should probably do that. Yeah. Alright, let's do that. Let's invite a holy man. Let's see if he is any good. He's actually better steward as well. Whatever, we're gonna pick him for now, and let's actually see. This is all, no, this is Americanist. Okay, so this is not even Anabaptist, so I think we should definitely try to convert this province. I'm gonna go over all the religions later, as I said, but first I want to set everything off. I think we're good to go. Don't want to miss out on anything. We still have no heir of our dynasty, that's right, we're waiting for Bruce Wayne. And our current liege and Lord Proprietor Florel Lagarde, don't really know if that's a reference to anything. Can't tell you. But yeah, I guess we are ready to start things out. Now, this mod has so many new cultures and religions. It's incredible, really. It truly is. So I can't really have a look at all of them. I did actually look out at the wiki and, you know, try to remember all the religions and cultures, but I just simply couldn't do it. There's so many. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you just the overview, basically, of, for example, the religions, and then I'm going to point to several things that I found funny, or at least feel like I should mention them. So actually, let's start out with just independent realms. One thing that obviously comes to well, it catches my attention is Deutsche Reich, but that's simply because I'm German. So this is obviously, I guess, Pennsylvania Dutch who kind of created this guy. This must be Pennsylvania. Again, I'm not entirely sure on the American states exactly. I feel like this is Pennsylvania. Obviously, the Pennsylvania Dutch, one of the first German settlers to, well, settle in North America. So yeah, obviously that's where this comes from, and obviously they also are Anabaptists, which, if you remember, the Amish are of German heritage, and they even speak German, some very old German, but German nonetheless. So that's where that comes from. So that's something I'm very interested in, or I thought very funny, and kind of the same culture group, because this is the Amero-Deutsch, which is well, Amero-German, I guess, American German. I think in the same culture group, we have the Dellsmen, which I can only think of Dell as the computer company in this area right here. And then we have the Northlanders over here, which is actually quite funny because these guys are of said to be Scandinavian heritage, because I think there's like Minnesota over here, the Minnesota Vikings, the football team, the American football team. Obviously it has some Scandinavian influence, so that's pretty cool. And these guys over here are North culture, which is, I think, it's just amazing. It doesn't really necessarily fit with the German culture. Well, they're North religion, and it doesn't necessarily fit with the German culture, but it's still fun. I like it. So that's one thing I wanted to point out. And we got an event. Ooh, we can be slothful. No, obviously I want to be diligent. Yes, please. Come on, that could, yes. Diligence helps out a lot. Awesome. And whoa, what's this? I want to kill someone? Hey, who said that? I did not want to do that. What the heck? Did I do that? I did not want to do that. Wow. Whatever. Oh, the rise of the men in black. Oh my god. Word is spreading that an Americanist missionary, Hoover, has founded a religious order known as the Men in Black, somewhere in Northern Virginia. Using trickery and guile, this mysterious cult of trained killers has seized control of the fortress of Langley and converted it into their headquarters. There are rumors that President Franklin Ironwood is behind the rise of the order, but nothing that can be proven. Already a string of violent murders can be traced back to Hoover's devoted and fearless disciples. Now that is amazing. Obviously President Hoover, I think, built the Hoover Dam? Well, not personally, but he made it, well, he started the construction. Something, again, I'm not too sure about this, but I know that there was a Hoover Dam somewhere. Anyways, obviously these guys, the Americanists, which we obviously also have in Manhattan and Brooklyn, these guys believe, this is a really cool religion, they believe that the founding fathers is some kind of goddess. So let's actually read this out. Americanists worship what must have been the true gods of the old world. The statues of Father Washington, Lincoln, Jefferson, and others clearly indicates who the ancient Americans worshipped. Those Americans built a great empire, so why not follow their beliefs and build America again, gods and all. That's so amazing. So let's click on this event. And obviously, there is Mount Rushmore. Let's have a look. Where's Mount Rushmore? Can I find this? Oh, there it must be here. Yeah, that's the only Americanist. Yeah, one thing I really like about these guys is that they wear wigs. It's so cool. I don't know, I love this. It just fits so well. But that's also one thing I wanted to point out. Another thing was obviously the mouse. Now, you gotta just point out the mouse right here. It's very funny because these guys are a tribe. This guy's a high chief, but he's an Americanist. But he kind of believes in Walt Disney. Yeah, they're centered in Orlando. That's their capital, where Disney World is. And yeah, it's just funny. I don't know. I like it so much. So many references. Obviously, we have the Holy Columbian Confederacy, which kind of makes me think of the South of America, because they're very religious. At least that's the stereotype. Stereotypically very religious, more religious than any other place. At least that's what I think. And obviously we have Dixie culture, Southern culture, very cool. We have the Yankees in the north, obviously. The Rustmen. Now that's one thing I also wanted to talk about. But let's first have a look at our trade post before we keep going. My wife Martha is already pregnant. That's good. So little Bruce is on the way, hopefully. And unfortunately, yeah, all of these people have already started building. I am currently actually controlling. House Wayne is controlling. Then we have Count Lords of Monmouth, the Falcon family, and Theoweld family. And this is I think the Lord. The Lord must have built it. Yeah, he actually built a trade post here. Okay. So I actually wanted to go for these two as well, but we didn't have enough money. That's unfortunate. Can I build the trade post here? No, I really need to wait for the money. Alright, that's fine. So, what was I saying? Right, I wanted to show off more things. Let me actually cross off a couple things, just so I don't go over the same things again. So we had the Americanists, we had Deutsche Reich, whatever that might mean. We had the Norse culture. We had the mouse. Right, I wanted to show the Rust culture, or, well, the Rust cultist religion. That's obviously centered around Detroit and all of the other, well, I guess, car producing cities. It's so fun. They actually, I think they have the founder of the Brotherhood of Steel in here. Maybe it's him? I really don't know. I haven't played Fallout, so I don't know. But I know that there's a Brotherhood of Steel, and they are somewhere in here. I know that they're somewhere in this mod. Also, one thing I wanted to show you are, obviously, one thing I don't know, I find funny if they're still around, is the Mormons in Utah. So there's a big kingdom, the Kingdom of Deseret, which, yeah, is very creative. Desert, call it Deseret, whatever. We have, they even Utah. That's cool. So obviously the Mormons are still around, spreading their religion. Then we have some Catholics as well, with a new pope in St. Louis, in the Mississippi. Oh no, it was a daughter. I don't know. Katharina. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I really just want to have that son, honestly. But yeah, let's have a look at the papacy here in St. Louis. Pope Praised Be, who's a weakling. Oh well. What's this? The captain of one of our trade galleys was fished out of the water. Oh no, we're losing money. They seem to have decided on a life of piracy. Right, speaking of pirates, we actually have a brethren religion in the world that is focused on pirates. I know that the pirates down here in the south, we have the Isla de Bahia, then we have Cozumel, and for some reason there's also brethren over here in the north, but I don't think you can actually play as them. You can play, oh, you can actually, you can. Anticosti. Okay, Jean-Baptiste. Okay, obviously they have French names, of course, because is that still French Canada? Well, I know Montreal is. I know they are. Quebecois. But yeah, there's also pirates up here, so you gotta be wary of them. And oh my god, the occultists are being attacked. Who's attacking them, by the way? Duke of Connecticut is attacking them, and the High Chief of the Migonites. Now that is very unfortunate, because one party that I actually was thinking about playing was this Duke right here, No God, because well, I have spent quite some time in Rhode Island. This Rhode Island is currently represented by the province of Providence. So I wanted to play as them, but then I felt like, you know, well, exactly that would happen. We would be occultists, we would get attacked, and that would be very frustrating to play. As you can see right now, I don't really have much things to do right now because I'm not focusing on anything, so I can explore this mod, which is so much fun. So that's why I really chose to play as New York. But there's many more things I want to go over, so let's not forget about this. Let's not talk about this too much. Now, one more thing I want to show you. For that, I would actually need to go to the province finder, because after the end mod, or well, not necessarily this mod, but at least the Fallout series that I talked about earlier, which is also playing in a post-apocalyptic world, is, I think, heavily influenced and based on a novel by, oh my god, I forgot his name. That's embarrassing, but I know the name of the novel. It's a Canticle of Leibovitz. Okay, I don't even remember the title of the novel. Whatever. It's about something, a certain saint, Leibovitz, and I think, no, I don't think, I know, this also made it in the mod. Alright, apparently, can't find it by Branding of Saint Okay, there it is. Bishopric of Saint Leibovitz. There we go. So that's also one thing I wanted to show off, simply because it's so important for, well, the whole Fallout setting, and obviously also the setting of this mod, which is, I guess, somewhat based on Fallout in a way. So, and also there's a novel called After the End, which also deals with post-apocalyptic things, but it's a little bit different. Whatever. Let's just have a look at this bishopric real quick. So this is a order that was founded in the novel of Leibovitz. Basically, these guys tried to preserve knowledge and science in this post-apocalyptic, oh my god, this is so tough to say, in this world after the atomic crisis. So these guys wanted to preserve the science that kind of got destroyed after the big fallout. So yeah, I'm just really happy that these guys, you know, paid attention to such details. It's just amazing. There's many more to discover, but I only, you know, have a look at so much. What's this? Religious tensions. I don't really care that much about religious tensions, honestly. Anything else I want to show off? Well, obviously, we have Aztecs, or sort of Aztec-influenced and Mayan-influenced religions in Mexico. Not too many Catholics, actually, which is interesting. Although I think this religion this gentleman has right here is a rival of old Aztec traditions. Okay, maybe not. Maybe it was this religion? One of the religions was... yeah, right, this one. Although the faith has Catholic origins and has deviated far from the old theology. So there's basically this religion right here is Catholicism mixed with old Aztec beliefs, which I think is quite cool. Also, we have the atomicists right here, which kind of believe... Actually, let's have a look at this, so I don't have to think about it myself. Atomicists worship elements of old world technology and hold sacred the places touched by the almighty atom. Although atomic theory is practically forgotten, atomicists understand that there is an invisible world out there which houses vast power. If they could but find a way to tap into this intangible world, they believe they would become gods themselves. The tumors and radiation sickness, though, they don't talk about as much. So obviously there's been a lot of atomic bomb tests in, I think, the desert of Nevada right here. So that's kind of why these guys have to suffer from radiation the most, I think. Now, the reason why this is, or the apocalypse that, well, this mod is based on is never actually explained. I think there's, if you look at the wiki, there's sort of an event, a thing called the event. But I don't think, I think just some fan came up with it. I don't think that's the actual meaning, or the actual event that happened before this mod. I think the developers have stated that they want to keep it vague just so they can develop the mod in you know, whatever direction, so they're not bogged down to this one story. And yeah, apparently our Nigma has converted subject Jonas. Oh, just one subject to the Anabaptist faith. Praise Jesus. Well, good. We will do that. And on that note, I think I'm also ready to end this first episode. Now, there's still many things I want to figure out, and obviously we're gonna have a little bit more of an in-depth look on our character and what we can do here as a republic. But for now, this will be a great overview. If you guys have enjoyed, please let me know by either liking this video or obviously commenting and telling me that this is a great mod and that I have presented this very well. I just want to mention real quick that I have not forgotten about the avatar mod that I also presented a couple weeks ago. I just want to wait on that mod before I do a series because it's still very much work in progress, so I'd rather play a mod that is a little bit more fleshed out, like the After the End mod, before I go to the avatar. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you next time. It's Chief Gironca, signing off.